My beloved brothers and sisters in Islam, and to those who may not yet be part of this beautiful faith, I greet you with the peace and blessings of Allah Almighty. Today I want to share with you a story narrated by Sheikh Abdul Wahid bin Zaid, who was a well-known spiritual leader of the Chishti Order of Sufis. He narrated the following story. Once we were sailing in a boat when a storm blew our boat to an island, where we landed and saw a man engaged in idol worship. We said to him, "Whom do you worship?" And he pointed towards the idol. We said, "You have molded your God with your own hands. Our Lord whom we worship is the creator of all things. Handmade idols are not worthy of worship." The man asked, "Whom do you worship?" We replied, "We worship Allah, the sacred being whose throne is above the heavens, who controls the affairs of the world, whose majesty and glory transcend everything." The man said, "How did you come to know of him?" We said, "Our Lord sent us his prophet who was noble of birth and most excellent of character. This Rasul taught us all these things." He said, "Where is that prophet now?" We said, "After conveying the message of his Lord, his obligation was fulfilled, and our Lord called him back to him so that he might grant him good recompense and reward him for conveying his message completely and properly." The man said, "Did your Rasul leave behind any signs of his apostleship, any source of guidance for you?" We said, "He left for us the word of Allah, the Holy Quran." The man asked to be shown the book, and we placed the Holy Quran before him. He said that he did not know how to read, and requested us to recite from the book. We recited a surah from the Quran, to which he listened, with tears falling from his eyes. After we had recited it up to the last verse, he said, "It is due from us to him who revealed this book that we should never disobey his commandments." After this, Jia accepted Islam, and we taught him the fundamentals of Islam and some of the commandments of Allah Ta'ala. We also taught him a few surahs of the Holy Quran. At nightfall, when we were preparing to go to bed after observing Isha Salat, the man said, "Does your Lord also sleep?" We said, "He is the alive, the eternal, neither slumber nor sleep overtakes him." He then said, "How impudent of you to sleep while your Lord is awake." We were amazed at his words. When we were going to leave the island, the man asked us to take him with us, saying that he wished to learn more of the new faith. We took him on board and our boat sailed back to the city of Abadan. On reaching there, I said to my friends, "Let us make contribution for our newly converted brother, for he must be needing money for his provision." We collected some dirhams and presented the money to him. He asked, "What is this?" And we told him that it was something to help him in his needs. He recited, "La ilaha illallah," and said, "You have shown me a path which you are not following yourselves. I lived in an island and worshipped an idol, instead of worshipping Allah, and still, He did not destroy me, nor let me die of hunger, though I did not know him. How can he destroy me now, that I know him, and worship him?" 3 days later, we were told that he was on his deathbed and his last hour had drawn near. We visited him and asked him if he had any wish. He replied, "He who sent you to the island for my hidayat, guidance, has fulfilled all my wishes." As we sat there, I, Abdul Wahid, dozed off, and dreamt that I saw a green and pleasant garden, in which there stood a magnificent domed building. A throne was laid in a room of the building, on which there sat a most beautiful damsel, the like of whom in beauty I had never seen before. She was saying, "Oh, send him to me soon. I beseech you in the name of Allah. I am so fond of him that I cannot bear to be separated from him any more." I woke up and saw that his soul had departed from the body. We washed him, shrouded him, and laid him to rest in the grave after offering his funeral prayers. That night I saw the same garden and the same dome in a dream, with the same beautiful maid reclining on the throne, while I saw the man reciting this verse, "And the angels will enter upon them from every gate. The angels enter unto them from every gate, saying, Peace be unto you, glad tidings of being protected against all manner of affliction, because you persevered, held fast to deen. Ah, passing sweet will be the sequel of heavenly home." These are the miraculous manifestations of Allah's infinite bounty and His forgiveness. The man spent his life in worshipping an idol, but when his hour of death drew near, Allah Ta'ala raised a storm to blow a boat to the island, and thus, the man was granted eternal heavenly bliss through the guidance of the people on board. O Allah, none can withhold what you give, and none can give what you withhold, and the fortune of the fortunate does not avail them against you. Thank you all for watching. May Allah guide us, protect us, and grant us Jannah. Ameen.